Hi, I'm Adriana, trauma-informed yoga instructor and physiotherapist, and today's video will be a trauma-informed yoga practice for tension headaches, migraines, and the neck pain that can sometimes come with those things. So grab your mat and we'll get started. I invite you to start today's practice sitting in a comfortable form on your mat today. That could be sitting on a bolster such as I'm doing, or sitting on blocks or a blanket, or just sitting comfortably. Take a moment to ground into the present, whatever that looks like for you today. As this practice is focusing on headaches, we'll be moving through a couple different forms that focus on the neck and the chest, bringing some stretching and awareness to those areas. Always listen to your body and decide what works best for you. Starting with a chest stretch, I invite you to take your arms and bring them behind you. If you're sitting on a bolster, such as I am, you can place your hands on the back of the bolster and get a gentle stretch through the front of the chest. Another option would be to clasp your hands behind your back and gently push your hands down as you bring the chest forward. If you would like a little bit more of a stretch sensation, you could also bring your neck up slightly. Choose the version that works best for your body. Taking one more breath in whatever version you're in. When you're ready, letting go of the hands. You can bring them to the lap. We'll move through some gentle neck stretches. Firstly, I invite you to bring your left ear to your left shoulder as far as feels comfortable. There's a couple different variations of this stretch. You could take the right hand and you could place it underneath your thigh for a little bit more of a stretch sensation on the right side. Another option would be to take both your hands and place them just on your collarbone on the right side and give a gentle pull as you bring the left ear to the left shoulder. And of course, you can always keep your hands on your lap if that feels better for you. Taking one more breath here. Bringing the head up straight and repeating on the other side. Once again, choosing any of the variations that feel good. Hands on the knees, hands underneath the leg, or hands on the collarbone. Really moving into the stretch in a safe sensation. One more inhale here. One more exhale, bringing the head back to neutral. If there's any other movements that you'd like to do for your neck today while sitting here, feel free to do that. You could do some gentle circles. You could choose a different area to move or to stretch. Whatever feels good for you. In your own time, making your way to hands and knees. You can join me in a tabletop form. From here, moving into a few cat-cows. On the inhale, lowering the stomach to the ground, tailbone goes up. The neck can either stay neutral or you can look up if that feels okay. On the exhale, rounding through the back, bringing the tailbone under. If it feels good for the neck, you can bring the head down and let it hang. Releasing any tension. Inhale, coming back the other way. Exhale, rounding, bringing the tailbone down, chin to chest. Just staying here for a moment, letting that head hang, releasing any tension from the neck. And coming back to that neutral tabletop form. Moving into what I call a scapular push-up here. This works on strengthening some of the muscles in through the mid-back and the neck, which can be really helpful for neck tension and headaches. So from this neutral form, I invite you to push your hands down into the mat, bringing your shoulder blades up, and then coming back down in through that middle back. Push your hands down through the ground, rounding through the shoulder blades, pushing those shoulder blades up. Exhale, letting go. If it feels good, you can try this one more time. Push down through your hands, push those shoulder blades up. And on the exhale, letting go, moving out of this form into whatever feels comfortable for you. We'll move into a standing forward fold to once again let that head hang heavy. So make your way up to standing in your own time. Once standing, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, you can bring the body down towards the ground as far as feels comfortable. If you have blocks or books, you can always place your hands on those if that feels good. And just let the head hang heavy. Holding for one more breath. On your next breath, you can come back down to the ground, moving into child's form before we go into our back for the ending of the practice. So you can do many different variations of child's form. If you do have a bolster or a block or a blanket, you could roll up a blanket and place this in front of you. Bringing your hips to the side of the bolster, you can rest your arms on it. This is for a little bit more of a restorative and gentle child's form, letting your head be supported. If you don't have a bolster or a block, you can definitely do a different child's form with your arms up above your head, resting your head down on the mat. Once again, just letting that neck rest. So you can choose the option that works best for you. And we'll spend a couple breaths here. One more inhale. On the exhale, sinking a little bit deeper. And coming up whenever you're ready, and we'll move into our final forms on our back. Moving into a chest opening form. So once again, if you have a blanket, you could roll up a blanket, you could roll up some towels. If you have a bolster, you can use that. If you have pillows, you could use those instead too. You can just lie back on whatever surface you are on. And just gently let the arms hang beside you. Make sure that head is nice and supported. Just giving a bit of a stretch and opening through the chest area. Many of our neck muscles insert into the upper areas of the chest and the collarbone and the arms. So this can be a nice way to get those muscles to relax. If you'd like some different sensations through the chest and the arms, you could take both your arms up in cactus arms, bringing them up above you. You could bring them all the way up above your head. You could place them a little bit more wide beside you. You can play around with the arm movements and see what works best for your body today. Spend a few more breaths here. So while you're in this form, if it feels good, I invite you to very gently tuck the chin down to the chest as you gently push the back of your head into the pillow or blanket or bolster that you're on. You may feel some sensation through the back of the neck with this. It's actually strengthening through the front of the neck muscles. You can release that whenever you're ready. And in your own time, if you'd like, you can go through that a few more times, bringing the chin to chest, pushing back into the bolster, holding for a breath, and then releasing. One more inhale. And as you exhale, you can make your way to your final resting form, whatever that looks like to you. It could be Shavasana, you could stay lying on your bolster or pillows. There's no right or wrong way to rest. Taking a moment to acknowledge the strength that it takes to spend time on the mat, especially if you are not feeling well, if you have a headache or migraine or neck pain. Acknowledge that you made it here today. You can lie here as long as you would like. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'll see you next time.